that I've had,
Yeah.
this is up there.
For sure.
I would take this over a Carling, Foster's, any of those. Maybe a Kronenberg even, which is normally my go-to.
I'm gonna go. So far, I'm going Kingston Gate Lager. I like this sort of flinty aftertaste. I'm digging it.
Great job, guys.
Yeah, fantastic. We're on an upward trajectory. I like it.
www.parkbrewery.com.
Yeah, nice and easy. All their social media stuff is just the Park Brewery. Nice and easy to find. I like that in a brand.
Same here.
Nothing worse than trying to find something that you've heard about and just having to fanny about.
Yeah.
Just make it the name.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was in the pub last night. First night out of lockdown, or we're almost, but it was the first night we were allowed inside the pub, okay?
Yeah.
So we had fish and chips, the missus and me, and I've got something that might be contentious for you and for many other listeners.
God. Something northern, I bet.
Well, I don't know whether it's geographically specific. I think it's just my taste.
Okay.
Here we go. Triple cooked chips. Cooked too many times.
Oh.
Why do we need to cook them so many times? It just makes them like hard as a rock, oily. I don't get the point of it. You've cooked it once.
Yeah.
Why do you need to cook it again? Let alone a third time.
Now, so the idea is that you cook it 3 times, super crispy on the outside, very fluffy, soft on the inside. You're winning, is the idea. Are all 3 cookings frying? Or do they like parboil it, then cook it twice?
I think, from the way I understand it, all 3 are deep fat frying.
That's what I was thinking too. Okay.
I kind of think that it's just an excuse to serve me burnt little, like, crispy ends and not actually to give me any chip. Do you know what I mean? Because about at least 40% of the chips I had on my plate last night were just burnt little nubbins. They didn't have any fluffiness in the inside. I maybe had 3 that had actual fluffy potato inside.
Sure.
So I'd rather have a single cooked chip, a once cooked chip, and leave it at that.
I think. Well, let me sort of be democratic. Try and be a little bit more not democratic. Christ, what am I saying?
I know. What
Diplomatic.
Diplomatic.
If the chips were large enough, so that you've not got. The thing is, if you're going to triple cook a tiny little chip, doesn't stand a chance.
Yeah.
That middle fluffiness is just going to dissipate into rock hard. Stone-like chip. But if you've got a nice big thick steak chip,
maybe that's the problem. I mean, these were relatively large,
right?
But they still it seemed like it was each chip was like 50% outer casing. I don't know. Maybe I just need a twice cooked chip.
Yeah.
Maybe just 3 is the straw that broke the camel's back for me.
When did that happen?
I don't know.
That is a thing. That is like a thing restaurants do now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thrice cooked chips.
And also mentioning the beer that you've used to batter the fish.
Ah, yeah.
It's like, listen, I love the beer. You know, whichever pub I'm in, yes, I love your beer. Can't taste it in a fish and chips, can I? No. How on earth am I going to say, oh, fantastic, that's the IPA they've used for this? I'd love to drink the IPA separately. Use whatever you want in the fish. As long as it's beer.
Exactly, that's what I was going to say. It's like when I ask for, like, if I'm driving and I want a shandy or something.
Yeah.
And you go, any particular lager? I will always say the cheapest one.
Yeah.
Why would I want to buy like a nice, expensive tasting lager if I'm going to just fill it with lemonade? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, the fact that they ask that is...
Yeah.
I bet there are people out there that... Anyway.
That will specify Peroni.
Yeah.
It's like, you muppets.
Anyway,
yes. Yeah.
I'm 100% with you. I can't tell you the amount of times I've had 3... I keep wanting to say thrice cooked. Why do I want to say that?
That's
triple cooked.
Because you were well brought up, right? Thrice cooked chips. Because that would still work as well. Grammatically.
Okay. It's not contentious with me, mate. That's fine.
No.
I think it's too much. Probably right.
Fantastic. Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Ollie will, I'm sure. Or you other boys.
Yeah.
What do you rate?
Where you at? Come on.
What's with the poll, guys? as well. The sparkler poll. You didn't help us out at all. It was literally divided down the middle. This poll that we did this week on Instagram saying, should we have a sparkler on the beer tap? Like, loads of people voted and it was just 50-50.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, maybe that's... Yeah, maybe it's just all the Northerners versus all the Southerners.
Maybe in those cases we just need to be the deciding vote.
Yeah, exactly. Sparkler.
Yeah.
Even we can't decide. Oh, dear.
Oh, man.
Nice. Okay. Also, another thing that I thought about in the pub last night.
Go on.
So, they don't take cash anymore. This pub. It's
right.
a large... I'm not going to mention the name, but it's a very large pub. Just went there because it was just super handy, right? But... I had some cash in my pocket, ready to pay.
Yeah.
Sorry, don't take cash. Cashless. And I thought, well, we've got a Mexican standoff.
Yeah. I don't have a card.
I don't have a card.
Yes.
Obviously, I had many cards in my pocket. I'm just refusing to pay. So, obviously, my missus, diffused the tension immediately by, offering a card. But if it wasn't, you know, obviously she hates it when I do stuff like that for obvious reasons because it screws things up, right?
Yeah.
But if I was on my own or if I was with you, I'd feel confident that I could go, sorry, mate.
Yeah.
That's legal tender. I've got a score in my pocket and I owe you £18. So what are we going to do? That's all I've got. Yeah. It's not against the law. You know, you didn't specify. I've eaten it. It's gone. Yeah. It's on its way out. If anything. So,
no one knew it probably is, mate.
So, do you know what I mean? Unless they didn't tell me that when I walked in. There's no signs up. It's not appropriately labelled. No. What are we going to do,
mate? 100%. You could. You know what else you could do?
What?
Taking stamps. That's legal tender.
That is legal tender.
That's legal tender.
How many would I need for £18.50?
Mate, I don't know. A couple of books.
Yeah, nowadays they're about £1 each, aren't they? First class stamp. Daylight robbery.
But that is pretty silly, isn't it? Because we aren't. I guess, it doesn't make any goddamn sense. I mean, there's a lot of places that were doing that anyway before pre-pandemic, just cashless.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand why, because they pay a fee for those card machines.
Yeah.
And they pay a fee on every transaction.
Well, I've had this chat a couple of times, sort of during the pandemic, with these places that have, under the premise of it being safer for COVID, which is, I don't know, I don't agree with it, but that's the excuse that they're doing to get rid of cash, isn't it? Right? A previous pub, same situation happened, and the bloke said, "Oh well, we probably won't go back to cash because." We lose a certain amount through the till each year by just, I don't know, staff skimming a few quid off the top. That's what he said, this guy.
Sure.
And then yesterday, when I said it to this other guy, I was like, oh, wow, okay, well, that's interesting. If your office are looking for any, feedback, I'm like, I'd go somewhere else because of that. Yeah. Because I've got cash in my pocket. I think you might lose a few, you might lose a lot of customers, whatever. And he actually said to me, I don't think we will. He literally said, no, I don't think we will. Which is, it's fair enough. I liked it. Yeah. I was pleased that he stood his ground.
Oh, it's that way, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, right, here we go. Well, maybe I don't have my card with me anymore. But yeah, this guy was pretty confident that he wasn't going to lose out. So, fair play to him. But I do think it's kind of sad because a lot of people get paid in cash, not even illegally. I'm not talking about backhanders or whatever. Some people, their official wage is given to them in cash, right? Or old people, a lot of them take their pensions out. They take it out in cash so they can budget throughout the week. And once that cash is gone, it's gone, right? That's the way they work out their spending for the week. Lots of stuff like that. And I think it's a bit like, oh yeah, that guy's got an American Express. He's fine, but everyone else can go hang. Do you know what I mean? I'm like. Yeah, listen, most people have got cards, but also sometimes you've got some cash. Yeah. Sometimes it's an old man walking in there with a handful of coins. What, you're going to turn him away? It's ridiculous. Yeah,
no, that's so that, and like you say, there are just industries of that, and any sort of I don't know, builder, anyone that are working with their hands, they're all getting paid in cash, pretty much. And they drink more than the average person probably anyway.
Yeah.
They're the people you want in your pub. and they'll be propping the bar up all night, rather.
Maybe that's the thing. Maybe they're not the people they want in their pub, and they're basically a restaurant under the guise of a pub.
Right, I see.
Which annoys the hell out of me. I don't mind it being a restaurant. Say it's a restaurant.
Yeah, don't call it a pub.
The amount of times I've looked on Google and seen, oh yeah, that pub looks good. Looks good from the outside. I go there, turn up, and it's like, I need a reservation to sit at a table of 8. I'm like, no. I just want a pint at the bar. Are you a pub or not? And they're kind of like giving me that look like, no, you idiot, we're a restaurant. We're just trying to make money out of you, calling ourselves the Ye Old Dog and Duck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Selling you fish and chips for £16.
Yeah.
Not bitter at all.
No. Sounds like a great night.
No, I'm making it sound terrible. It was actually really good. It was great fun. Beer, fish and chips in a pub, like, what's not to like?
You can't go wrong, really.
It just made me think of a few things that I often think about in these situations. And also, they still bring the pints and they're still not full.
Oh, man.
Do you know what I mean? I'm paying over £5 for this pint. Like, fill it up.
Yeah.
Again, that's something I can't bring up with the missus, otherwise I've ruined the night.
Have you ever just said, do you mind?
Oh yeah, loads of times. But the thing is, people do that so frequently now that the missus is like, you're gonna have to stop saying that, because every time you cause a fight in the pub, I'm like, no, every time they cause a fight by not filling up my pint. Yeah. If it was full, it's. I sound like one of these guys now, but the Weights and Measures Act, right, is like really accurate. It's like illegal. I'd say that 99% of the pints pulled in most of those pubs, those big chains, are illegal. Yeah. No one's going to take them to court, but technically they're illegal. Yeah. Right? Because you're selling me something you've not sold the full thing.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm with you. I'm with you.
I'm going to put the gavel down on that.
Do it.
Sorry, I'm getting very curmudgeonly in my old age.
Okay. Let's level up.
Let's do it.
Third of 4 beers coming up now. So this is Amelia, their pale ale.
Nice. I like a pale ale.
I love a pale ale. I was thinking actually, when I was coming up with some ideas for future podcasts. Keep your eyes out. Ears out. Eyes out. Jesus Christ, I'll cut this. I was thinking we should do one where we go through some different variations of beers. Pale ales, golden ales, IPAs. They're all very close, very similar. Are they the same? Are they different? What's the similarities and what's different about them? And I thought that would be quite a good idea. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, we know they are different, right? But maybe some listeners are sometimes like, oh, what's the difference between a golden ale and a IPA, or whatever. Sometimes, especially because things like the colours of beers can vary wildly, can't they? Sometimes, massively, different stouts, different porters, all that sort of thing. I'm sure there's still a thing or two I could learn. There's definitely a thing or two I could learn about different types of beers and stuff, and the science behind it as well, different percentages. That Imperial Stout we had last week, the fact that it had to be over 8%. I didn't know that. Now I know it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
I think we could definitely get a few series of that. So maybe we go down those dark beers. Maybe we also do it with the sort of golden lighter beers and the lagers and stuff. Yeah. What would be great is people listening is getting one of you lot on, especially one of you newbies.
Yes.
And us all going through 4 beers together.
Crash test
dummies. Whiskies as well, works the same. Coffees maybe, do anything.
Yeah. First come, first serve though. So you've got to message us quick. If you want the beer episode or the whiskey episode or the porter episode or whatever.
Absolutely.
Let us know what you want.
Alright, what are you smelling on this bad boy? This pale ale.
Amelia pale ale.
It's 4.2%. So not a crazy amount really for a pale ale. I mean,
no.
They could definitely be higher than that. Sometimes, but it's a good amount.
I do like a lighter beer though. I don't know. Just probably because I drink a lot. Yeah, it adds up, right?
Definitely.
But I'm immediately thinking about chicken wings.
Yeah.
Not that this smells like chicken wings,
yeah.
But it's the sort of beer that goes down a treat when you're eating that sort of thing, chicken wings or ribs or American stuff, some curly fries or something. This is this to me sums up to me it seems like an American style pale ale. Yeah, that kind of East Coast
just grapefruit on the nose. Hey,
grapefruit, citrus. Yeah, quite. It's quite I guess it's I mean, it's a 3 out of 5 on the sweetness, so that makes perfect sense. It's kind of